Okay, y'all, I posted a video and yesterday, and it was just stating um about the warfare that we are in. Like, once you're right at the break of the promise, the breakthrough, breaking generational curses, getting to why you were really placed here, there's going to be a great deal of warfare. He also blessed us in that video where he completely, where he told us, all right, it's a stop. We knew that the weapons that were forming, that the weapons had been formed, and we could feel that they had formed. We saw them forming. We knew they formed, and he also promised, but that they won't prosper. So even though, and then but I love that right now we have this great sense of confidence. We know it. We and that's a part of the faith and believing, and that's why we're ready for. And that's why he says we're ready for our next season, or ready for the promise, because even though we see it, we feel it, we hear it, we are witnessing the weapons formed, but confidently with faith, because we're his right now where we at, we know it won't prosper. We know it won't. And so that's what says we're ready for the promise. Okay, so with that being said, because y'all know he has me come on here raw and just uncut. And I know y'all always hear me say that, but y'all, I don't go to the store looking like this. I don't go nowhere looking like this, but to come on here where, people will view this, that's just like being out in public. But when it's him, it has to be raw, all uncut, and authentic. It does. It just has to. And this is how you know it's him. This is how I know it's him, because um he's a parent to us, to the child, and you're not finna let your child just go out here looking any kind of way. But he just wants to deliver. He just wants that message to be received the way that it's supposed to be received. He wants y'all to see how real and raw and uncut this is. This is how real, raw, and uncut he is. And he just wants to make his message believable, because y'all know we can doubt, and there's so many people who's given a word. It is a Sunday morning and people going to church, and you get what I'm saying, but only his kids will know. But this is how he has me delivering messages, like in the rarest form of it all, like just in the rarest form. And so with that being said, um let me see, why did he hold on, let me remember, why did he want me to get on here? I know it was just a piggyback, just because we're going into, and then I think let me tell you something. It was something he wanted me to say, but I was just like, I'm not saying that, and I was just like, no, I don't want to be boastful or modest, or and maybe, oh gosh, because you get what I'm saying. Like some stuff you'll be like, I don't want to say that, and but it's not even about that, but this is just proof. Like, even just because I'm on here raw and uncut, you're going to still feel what he's trying to say. You're at your rarest moment right now, and this is how you know it's real. This is how the promise that's coming. This is the before. You know how you can take a before and after pictures, like weight loss. You gotta have that before picture, so you know it's real. You gotta have that before videos, because for the people to know that it wasn't no overnight get quick scheme. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you got to have that before and after on weight loss, so people can know it's real. They know you put in the work. They know that you've sacrificed things. They know you fast. They know you, and it's not about. It's just showing like what it took to get where you're going. Like, he's like, make these videos, and it's because it's for his glory. It's not for me. The promise that is coming to me, yes, it'll be like, well, how did she get that? What is going on? No, he needs the glory, so he needs for people to see that it takes this to get where you're going. It takes this. It doesn't take scamming people. Don't scam people, y'all. It's not gonna work. So he's telling me now, like, it's so many instructions. Like, don't stop scamming if you're scamming. Me, I'm not going, nope, we ain't gonna put me out there. I'm about to say, because I've never scammed, which I haven't, but this is not about me. This is for the people who are struggling with certain things. And he's authentically saying, being raw, uncut, as authentic as possible. Y'all, this it don't get no raw, uncut, and more authentic than this here, okay? And the reason why it looks like this is because that is the life that I live. Ain't no scamming. Ain't no getting over on people. I don't want nothing from nobody. I just want to get to the promise just as much. But remember I said in the last video, but just as much as we want to get to things, we think it's not always us. It's 50-50 us. The other half is definitely him fulfilling his his word, because he don't lie. He got to fulfill his word. So we are a part of fulfilling his word. Like, ain't that exciting to even hear? Like, that you chose us to play a part in your word, to play a part in something so sacred and precious. He has to have that physical evidence for humans on earth, and that is us. We have to be his physical evidence that his word, that he don't lie. That's like the before and after. That ain't no lying in sweat and tears. Ain't no lying in waiting, in the waiting period. Ain't no lying in just that beginning picture. You can't even say like, oh well, you can't, where, oh gosh, where he's taking us is just like that before and after picture. And that's what he dropped at. That's the perfect example of what he's trying to do. He's trying to do that weight loss before and after. And you look at a person in their after picture, and I'm talking about with the surgery because that's scamming. I'm not talking about with the surgery because that's cutting corners. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking to people who worked out for real, who humbled themselves and sacrificed sugars, and then for spiritual, who sacrificed um telling people yeah all the time, who sacrifice. This is just, I'm telling you, this will be the, you will see the before and after of the sacrifices of cutting the right people off, wrong people off, and not caring about what they say, because I know Abba told me to. You get what I'm saying? Like, knowing I had to get to the next level, knowing that they don't serve you no more, like not going back and forth with Satan and trying to see if this is it, and if that ain't it. Like, I'm quite sure you're gonna see, and you see in them weight loss before and after pictures, the after picture, it don't look like they played around and was like, I don't think I'm gonna do that today. Like, off top, every day, off top, when you took it serious, the discipline, like you gonna see the results. We're gonna see the results, and it's gonna be true and authentic. I ain't talking about no surgeries where they done cut corners and you like, how are they this perfect? Because they scammed. No, I'm talking about the before and afters, with the pictures where you could tell they sacrificed the things that was killing them. They sacrificed and they pushed. It was hard. This spiritual fight is very tough. Might I add, I lived in a house with watching my dad deteriorate. You get what I'm saying? And y'all, and I can't, and I only y'all will know in your own way, because that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't even, I can't even, y'all can't even fathom. And I'm not talking about like watching somebody die. Oh, that must be horrible. I'm talking about the stuff that I've dealt with from childhood, which the Most High had me. I got to be careful what I say. How the Most High had me in a certain position because of what I went through in my childhood. You get what I'm saying? Like, y'all will know what I'm talking about, because even in y'all's stories, it's unique. It's nothing nobody ain't even gonna understand. So I'm not talking about just because of grief, like, oh, I watched him. No, I'm talking about him working on me, at like all how all of this played a part into my promise. Like, the stuff you go through, that we're going through to get to the promise. When you are on a weight loss journey, ain't nobody right there working out with you. Ain't nobody right there sorting your food. You might have somebody, but you can say, but you're the one consuming the salads. You when you want sweets, you're the one who's feeling the pain. Um, on that jog. You're the one who's feeling the pain when you're working out. Nobody else can feel what you feel in the moment of you getting to the promise. And the before, nobody feels what you feel and they won't be able to understand. So anybody could be like, "Oh, I lost weight last year. I know what that's like." No, you don't. We don't know individually and personally what somebody deals with to get to the after. Y'all, I promise you, he gave me that just then. That's a good one right there. Like that is so good. The before and after, the before and after, like that's crazy. So the before and after, where you're being compared, to that's why it's raw and uncut because here's my before. And if you go back to my other videos, these is my befores. But then my after's gonna come, and I promise you, it wasn't no get rich quick. It ain't no goddamn scamming. It wasn't no. I'm telling you, it's gonna be all him. He's because that's what I'm talking about. Like that's the part that I was saying because he was telling me like what it's gonna be, and I was like, I'm not getting on here saying that. Like, so he's, because we got to keep our mouth shut too. We can't say everything he tells us because it's between us and him. And then, but this message is just to show how true, real, and authentic this is. When I say you ain't gonna find no video that led up, you don't see me with no pretty backgrounds and no and no views where YouTube check got you there and moderating and algorithms got you where you at and this no. When I say this man is real, he don't need YouTube to prove he's real. He don't need YouTube checks to prove he's real. He don't need social media checks to prove that he is real. I'm barely making videos. But this is the before to show y'all how authentic this is. And he is real and he will do it. But also, he also saying some of y'all can't even fathom the stuff some of his kids go through from the time they were conceived. The fight, the warfare that we have had to fight, like because you can look like it. I ain't gonna lie. I don't care what y'all say. As raw and uncut and authentic as this is, you could tell that I've had a fight, baby, from the time I was conceived. Do you know how long ago that was? I am in my 30s. And y'all, from the time I was conceived, I've been in warfare. From the time I was conceived, I've been in warfare. Y'all, people can walk around and be like, "Oh, once I gave my life over to the Lord when I was 5 to 16, and then that's when it started." No, baby, I've been in warfare from the time I was conceived. So the great deal of pain you endure. Mm, especially doing a workout. Like some people, like I don't like burpees. Okay, I'm gonna say I don't like burpees doing working out, and I see people who would just be killing them. But I promise you, their results would be way better than mine. But I don't want to go through that pain right there, so I'm just not gonna do no burpees. It's the same thing. You got people out here who wouldn't be able to withstand. Some people don't get to the full potential of the blessing because once they run up on something they know finna be painful, they back out of it. Some of y'all don't want to cut people off. Mm. So therefore you're not gonna have the full potential. Some people don't wanna cut their parents off and cut their siblings off, and so therefore you won't fulfill that purpose. Some people don't want to get rid of family and so-called friends and kids. Like some people don't want to rid themselves of certain toxic things, so therefore you won't get the full potential. I don't want to do burpees, so therefore I won't get the full potential. You get what I'm saying? There's certain things that we avoid because we don't want to do it. But like I said, it's it's the pain. And this lady told me one time, and it sticks with me. She was just like, "You can sing, can't you?" And I was like, "Yeah, I can, I can." She was just like, "But you don't even until you ain't ashamed of the pain that you went through. You ain't even gonna let nobody hear you sing." And I'm gonna tell you, only my kids. And that ain't even to my full potential. Like, he has me writing songs, and he wants me to write songs because he wants me to get healed and delivered through singing these songs. And but y'all don't understand. Like, the Most High is so strategic, and he does things in his own way that we can't fathom, or the next person wouldn't ever able to fathom what's going on in your life. Okay? And I'm not talking about, I ain't, and then listen to this. I ain't talking no abusive relationships. How about this? Protection. So if you're a child of the Most High, and he's been protecting you since you've been conceived, what pain are you talking about since you've been conceived? Then if you've been blessed all these years with protection, favor, and he's done stopped everything from killing you from the time you perceive, well, what pain have you felt? Nobody won't ever, don't let nobody tell you you ain't been through nothing. They could see you driving a nice car. They could see you in a house. They can think your stuff came overnight. And this is for the promise. This is for the promise. This is for the before and after weight loss journeys. It's going to look like the lady who walked in slim, tight up, and she done did everything she could. It's going to look like she ain't never went through nothing. It's going to look like she ain't never used to struggle with weight. It's going to look like we ain't never dealt with these things. But he needed this before. That's why this video is made. He needed a before so y'all know it's real. He needed that before video so y'all will know it's real. Uh, I am in. I don't know if you can hear it because I'm not turning this camera around. But I am in like the country. I am in my I am in my dad's former house, the house we got this house new when we was 15. The weekend I turned 15. My dad got this place here when we was 15 when I turned 15. And it is a mobile home. Mobile homes aren't built like houses. I'm in the country. And yes, when I say it's peaceful out there, it is. I ain't gonna lie, it's peaceful. We ain't had no robberies. We ain't had none of that. Like, it is peaceful. And some people be like, "Oh, girl, you crazy, all that land." But let me tell you something. This was my dad's vision. When you let the Most High process you, you gonna be like, your vision. Anybody can look around. I've had so many naysayers and people who just be like, "Oh, well, why don't you stay where you at? You got all this land, da 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 da." Don't even know the backstory. Don't even know the half of it. But it ain't even about the backstory or the half of it or what's really going on and all this behind the scenes. It is because I'm following my vision from it. You get what I'm saying? Like, and if you let somebody tell you where to stay and what to do, and you looking around like, right, you know what, and you listening to people more than you listening to the Most High, you another way you're not gonna have your promise. Another way there's not gonna be no after. You gonna always look like the before. You gonna always look like the before listening to other people. You know your promise. You know your vision. You know his vision. You know the vision he gave you. This don't look like my vision. This don't look like the vision he's given me. And I say it all the time because this is true. Every vision he's given me, I see it the same way. Every time I remember the vision, it's always going to be the same way he gave it to me the first time. And this is not the vision. So there's a before and after that, because I didn't question why he want me to do videos. I just know that when he want me to do something, Sorry, y'all. It looked like I got a booger, but it ain't. I'm sorry. My nostrils just be, and y'all see all up my nose. And so that's crazy. That's how you know you got a big nose. That ain't even no. That's wild there. Okay, but yeah. So here's the before. I've been on so many weight loss journeys myself, and it's nothing like working hard, and you get to a certain point and you can't even say, well, this is my before. This is what I came from. To show you that the journey was real, this is what I came from. Let me tell you that hurt. This is for the people who have lost weight, gained it, but that's that hurt when you don't get a before picture. When you don't get that before picture and you can't compare, everybody congratulating you. Like now, oh my gosh, everybody congratulating you. Everybody congratulating you. And everybody's doing this, everybody thinking it came easy, but you don't even have the joy of showing them the before of where you worked to get from. Like, no, don't congratulate that. Congratulate this. Congratulate this. Congratulate this. Feel this. Know that this is it right here. Know that this is it right here. Know that this is it. Know that this authentic moment is it. You get what I'm saying? Like, so not only when I was 15 that I asked the Most High to upload and continue just to keep giving me wisdom. You never know how wisdom is gonna come, but he got to. But then what we think we're asking for is already in the path. I could say, Abba, give me more wisdom, or I would love to have your wisdom, and I go through a trial and be like, I should, and then we hit this. Oh, I shouldn't have prayed for that, because then I'm gonna get what I asked for. Y'all, these things are predestined before. So whatever we think we're asking him for, or we think that we desire and want, no, that is what that's not my skin, y'all. It's crazy. So raw and uncut. But y'all, this is what he wants. What we think we want is really what he wants for us. That's another way you connected to him, when you can just feel what he wants, and to the point to where you want it for yourself. What? So it's already gonna go the way that he planned it to go to get you there. This is my before. I'm not even finna ramble no longer. This is my before. This is my before. Y'all, like I said, don't scam nothing. It's not gonna last. Like, go through the pain. When you go through the pain, when you go through the pain, you got a real before. You got a real before, you know? You got a real before to compare to your after. And it's going to show authentically. This ain't no YouTube checks where this is before and my views are high. And then in the next month or two, I done got 2 YouTube checks that will catapult me somewhere where it looks like, no, baby, I'm going to tell you this now. Ain't no YouTube checks. He talking to me. I'm talking to y'all too, but he's really talking to me. Ain't no YouTube checks in this before. My promise not gonna come off YouTube checks, social media algorithms, and I promise you, it's not. It's this. It's so raw. It's coming from the pain that I've dealt with from the time that I was conceived, and the things that I have to do while y'all out there chilling. You got to get rid and be okay with getting rid. You got to have a hunger of getting rid of things. You get what I'm saying? That is in the way of the promise. So if it's painful or scary, you can't care. You can't care. When somebody's working out, they can't care that it's painful. When you got a coach or a personal trainer, You be cussing, punching air, kicking, screaming. Shoot, on this journey, I was cussing, kicking air, punching, screaming, and being at the Most High as my personal trainer. You still, they still gonna motivate you. They gonna still gonna make sure you get there. Okay, this was a good example of what he's doing. Cause y'all, the promise. Sometimes you don't even know what your results gonna look like when you get ready to start your workout journey and you don't know what your results gonna look like. You don't know what you gonna look like. Y'all, me right here authentically making this video, I don't know what my promise is gonna look like. You get what I'm saying? Yes, maybe a little clip, a little vision, but we don't know what it's gonna look like. I ain't scam nothing. I don't even listen, I don't even know how to. My conscience won't let me. This is for him. The promise. When you get to the promise and it's crazy and it's just like, what? I'm deserving of this. Listen, because it ain't gonna be for you. It's gonna be for him. It's gonna be for him. I'm in this small town right now, August 18th, 2024. I do have something coming up this week where I am moving. Yes, that is a blessing. So, like I said, when you get to the beginning, like you ain't even scratch the surface. I wish I could insert. I'm gonna try to insert this video that before I started going on my fast. The most I was just like, this is a video, screen recorded, because this is going to be a video that you're gonna need during this fasting that you're doing while you're in the midst of waiting to get to the promise. You hear I'm in the country, them gunshots, but them ain't nobody robbing nobody or nothing. They hunting deers. It don't get no raw than this in the country where they hunting deers at, where ain't nobody bothering nobody. And yes, it is peaceful, but y'all, when I tell y'all, hurt, pain, trauma is attached to when you got so much that don't want you to succeed in a certain area, you gotta go. You gotta go. Y'all, I'm picking my face on camera. Y'all, this is the before. He can't stress it enough that this is the before. Look at the views. Go to the views. I ain't talking about normally on longer videos you don't get views. We're going on 30 minutes. Normally on longer videos you don't get views when you get what I'm saying, like when ain't no checks flowing, you don't get no views. Ain't no checks. And my dad is passed, but no, ain't no money left. Like, this is for Abba. This ain't no unhumble. This ain't for me. This ain't for proving y'all wrong. But anybody can look and say, oh, her dad left behind this. I know. My dad was married, did not get a divorce. She gets all the VA and Social Security money. That's what I'm saying. People, that goes back to people don't even know what's going on behind closed doors. Okay, so that the house was refinanced again. There's a mortgage on the house. He didn't have an insurance. He didn't have a life policy. He also not only didn't have a life policy, he didn't have no savings in the bank. And anybody would be like, "Oh, they lying." I know her dad. Her dad would know a facade is a facade. When I say I'm not finna facade you, scam you, do any of that. I'm getting it spiritually out the mud. And people will look and be like, you done had it made. And when and in school, you can ask my siblings. Everybody used to be like, y'all got it made. Y'all rich. Y'all always got this. Y'all always got that. Baby, when you young, you don't know what your parents is doing. I'm putting it on the Most High. The Most High had me. I told you I've been in a warfare since I've been conceived, and I got stories before. You get what I'm saying? The people thinking like I didn't start from scratch here in Wagner. I'm from Columbia. And so, with that being said, I was moved here when I was 4. The warfare started way before I was 4. I can remember it like it was yesterday. So, anything anybody has to say about anything that they think they know, they don't know, because my warfare started before I was 4 years old, before I moved to this town. I'm from somewhere else. I'm not even from here. But you'll have know-it-alls saying, mark my words now. Mark my words, the Most High is so authentic and he's so real. And this is him. He's just saying, watch. You're going to have people in the future, after the promise, after he's doing what he want to do, so upset that they'll say things that don't even make sense. Because listen, as raw and uncut it is right here, baby, they let me tell you the ignorance. The ignorance is, and get this, he don't have me share these videos. He don't have me tell people like, share, subscribe, because he's doing something. He got to prove some people wrong because they don't know what they're talking about. So with that being said, later in the midst of the promise, they're gonna be saying stuff that don't even equal up to what I got going on. It's what they think. People think I'm from here, and it all started here, with the spoon in my mouth, and I knew she was, well, that was given. People don't even know. It started before I was conceived. I've had a world of pain way before I turned 4 that I can remember. And I did not live here where they think I'm totally reside. I am just ultimately residing. And I walked around with a silver spoon in my mouth, and oh, all this is mine. People just don't understand. There's going to be people in the midst of my promise saying she already had a silver spoon in her mouth. You right, and I got it from my daddy up above. I got it from my real father, my true father, my heavenly father. That's where I got that silver spoon. If you want to be technical, I got it from my daddy. Y'all, I've been in so many occasions where y'all, I can't even say it because we're not even finna entertain it. But what I'm getting at is there's gonna be so many allegations, assumptions that ain't even gonna make sense. Because when this video is viewed, and I'm not gonna share, repost nothing to you to subscribe. I don't do that. I don't even want nobody business in the I'm not one of them. I'm just doing what he tell me to do, and this is as real as it gets. If I had a silver spoon in my mouth, why am I ready to run up out of here? If I had a silver spoon in my mouth, why after all these years I am so ready to go ahead and release what wanted me to stay captive? Because people have no clue. And because of the ignorance, because of the cattiness, just the messiness that like nobody will understand. And so later, and but I'm grateful. But you know what? All that pain from conception, I am so humble. And I'm not unhumbly saying I'm so humble. No, like I kind of, I kind of reflected that on that one time while fasting or while just in prayer, or an angel came to me, something, it was some kind of encounter, but it was just more or less like, if you didn't go through any of that, baby doll. And I'm grateful that it went that way. I'm grateful that now it was painful. Yes, I wouldn't wish it on nobody. But when I say it will also, when it's authentically from the Most High, you gonna be so humble. And so everybody gonna be looking at the aftermath like, why she so nonchalant with it? Why she acting like somebody owe her something? Why she ain't, why she acting like that, and she know, and it's just like they don't, and y'all don't know. But this is the before, and I don't know no other way to put it. I'm just as lost as y'all. I don't know what, that's just, oh, I gotta insert that video. I gotta remember to insert that video. Tabitha Brown made it. And it was I was on Instagram, and he was like, before you go, like, he was telling me, like, I'm gonna have you screen record little clips to help you through this, because you gotta know that you know. And
can't even fool with it, okay? You ain't even got started good and they already mad. They already got something to say. Baby, you ain't scratched the surface of what God is gonna do in your life. And they already mad when he really get going and your life really start turning around. They is gonna be so hot with you just because you blessed. And you ain't gonna have time to fool with that mess. Do you understand? Go on and let them be mad, baby. Pay no attention. Just keep on going. Tell them, take it up with him. Take it up with the Lord, honey, because I'm in the blessing season. He said I can have it, and I'm going to get it. That's what you tell them. And then you go about your business. But you're going to have to let them be mad. That's it. I love you, honey. You sleep well tonight. You deserve that. You're worthy of it. You've worked so hard.
He has stuff, like, I watched this lady and she said he does things in parables, which is true. Like, you got to put the pieces together. He not just gonna give it to you all. That's why you got to be obedient. He say do this, be a Noah. Like, I tell my kids all day long, we're Noahs. We just got to listen and do. We don't know the outcome. We don't know the outcome. It's going to all, and then when it comes together, you can be like, dag, this is why that. All I knew is that I was going on a fast. He told me to screen record this video. And then when I watched it the other day, I was just like, man, and you know how that is encouraging. But even this right now in this moment, it's still going to hit different than it did when he told me to screen record it. It's going to hit different when I looked at it last week. It's just going to hit different in this video for y'all, because y'all don't understand the power of true and authentic and organic things. You gonna know it ain't scam to the top. You gonna know it ain't social media paychecks to the top. It ain't none of that. When I say I've been in warfare since I was conceived, people don't know the half. Y'all know that little video when it says, people be showing the little videos where they're happy, or pictures where they're happy, and it was just like, I was at my lowest. Y'all didn't even know I was at my lowest. Y'all, from the time I was conceived up until the promised, y'all don't even know. I could show you a collage of pictures and all these other things, and then y'all, it wasn't even me faking it. It wasn't even like, oh, she faked that, she pretend like she having a good time. Y'all, listen, my life has been painful. I'm quite sure you can see it in my eyes. Now, I do have a little bad sinus infection right now, but y'all, I can't even make none of this up. My life has been so painful that from here to conceived, try using that. They using moments of, y'all thought basically in that, the video when, they're making it seem like, oh, when, this is what y'all saw when I was at my lowest. Like, I'm the definition of that one right there. Do you before, so they'll know he's real when they see your after. It ain't got nothing to do with you. It ain't got nothing to do with me. He wants to show people he is real. Because too many people ain't sure. He got to go another route, because People ain't doing it the right way. People ain't telling it the right way. People are not presenting him the right way. People aren't exposing him the right way. People aren't presenting him the right way. People aren't doing what he's asked them to do. Like, he has to do it in such a way so you'll know it's him. I I I I humbly thank him for using me, but it's been a painful journey. But also, he says you get rewarded. You got to get rewarded. You got to be redeemed because of how you were throughout the whole process. I know what inflicted what. I know what influenced what. I was there. I saw everything. I know what was what. I remember when you stayed in character. I remember when fear hit you so hard to where you couldn't retaliate the way they wanted you to retaliate. I know all these things. I was there when you were scared to respond. When you wanted the most for the people who wanted the worst for you. That ain't even. As I was looking at myself just now, y'all, I wasn't even. I went somewhere else. I didn't even see what I just said anymore. I saw deeper. It's more than me just wanting something for somebody and they wanted the worst for me. It was just a reflect. I was just seeing, and he had me reflecting on. Like, it's that ain't even, that don't even say a little bit. That don't even represent what it was. But I'm gonna go on in this house because you hear the gunshots, but they are trained to shoot in a certain direction where it doesn't come into people's yards and stuff. But still, so yeah, I'm in the country, as you see. Okay, talk to y'all later.